And people can hear us now, and people can see us now.
Uh-oh. That's really scary.
Yeah, right? Crazy.
I'm a little worried about that. We still have the cake up there, Huey. What the hell?
I know the cake's gone. That's from the news stream. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. For the news stream, I forgot to. Don't worry about that. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
We're good. All right, do we have an intro now?
No. I've been lazy. I'm sorry.
Awesome. Thumbs up for lazy. All right, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Top Clack, your weekly dose of mechanical keyboard mumbo jumbo and all the good stuff. So today we have another awesome episode, of course. I am Quakums, joined by Man of Interest. And then today, our special guest is user Koobaczech, who has been making waves in the community with one of his new projects, a very special 40%. But we'll get to that later. Koobs, tell us about who you are and what you do around here.
Definitely. I want to say first off, thank you for having me on the Top Clack show as your guest. So I got into mechanical keyboards when I was a little younger. I wanted to game and stuff, and I picked up a Razer. Pretty much, that's where you kind of start off. You know, you don't really know much about it.
To shave?
No. Black Widow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
It was 10 keyless. So one of my friends at the time, when I would post on Instagram, he's like, hey, check out these custom mechanical keyboards that I'm building. And he actually had a poker, I think it was. So funny enough, the first custom keyboard that I had landed on happened to be a group buy for the Mech Mini, the first Mech Mini. So I kind of went straight from like not knowing anything about custom mechanical keyboards to joining a group buy, which I had never done before.
That's a big step.
Yeah. So
and that wasn't even that long ago. The Mech Mini's not terribly old.
the first Mech Mini too. So the Mech Mini came in and I built it and everything and learned a lot, and started talking to Dave from mechkeys.ca. And over time he was really good. He is a really good friend of mine, and he showed me a lot about the process of making a keyboard, how to design like a PCB, what to look for and stuff. And it really helped me. The connection between the big guy to the little guy is what really got me started into the community. And I really wanted to go in and meet everyone, see what everyone is designing, what they're building. And I'm really friendly, so I really wanted to talk to everyone and kind of learn about all that stuff. So fast forward and got the chance to design my own keyboard, play with it. I'm typing on it right now. So I can say I'm pretty happy, you know. Things have worked out pretty well. That's my intro.
Awesome. Cool.
What do you think?
That was good. That was it. I'm gonna say 5 out of 7.
So bad.
Obviously a perfect score. So let's actually get in and talk a little bit about the Pearl, which I'm gonna post a link.
Oh, okay.
Here. So this is probably one of the most concise group buys I've seen in a while, or at least interest checks, because you have so much information and it's so easy to read.
You're ready.
And and it's like, here's what's going on, here's what's not going on. And I really like that. I really like when people say they're not going to do all of these things, and it's all concrete. Excuse me. Anyways, you have prototypes. Hopefully you can maybe show us that on stream temporarily as well.
Of course. So I hear a lot about people being transparent in their group buys and things like that. And I don't know if I want to call it transparent, but I like to be very upfront and thorough about everything, so people know what I'm creating, what I'm making. And I'll start off by saying that I have a JD45, and the JD45 was one of the inspirations for me to create the Pearl. The problem is that JD Carp ran a very limited amount of group buys for these. And when he ran the one group buy that he ran, you could only choose between the blocked and the non-blocked version. So it wasn't like they all chose blocked. A little bit after that, I got another 40%, the Mech Mini 2, which is the prototype I have here. I
got me sweating.
So I accidentally broke the PCB. So I have another one. I've been waiting to fix it for Dave. But what the Mech Mini had is RGB. So I wanted to combine that and the block corners and created my own keyboard, which is the Pearl.
Ooh.
Very fancy.
And I added a lot of features that I thought were innovative, like the indicator lights. I recessed the caps in a lot because I hate that look when they're popped out.
Yeah.
I added the weight, of course, and USB-C. So Huey, I wanted to tell you because I saw in one stream you're like, "Are we prepared for USB-C?" So the thing is, the connector for the keyboard is USB-C, but the one for the computer is A.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. A lot of people did point that
Yeah.
out to me, but I don't even have a USB-C cable to begin with. Hopefully, I will soon.
Yeah. Oh
though.
yeah.
Hopefully, I will soon.
Yeah. So that I forgot to tell you about that. But you can also build it with Alps if you want to, and the brass
Options are
Oh
plate.
great.
yes.
Options
Oh
are
yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yes,
please.
I actually love Alps. They're something completely different.
Oh.
Yeah. And you can put a diffuser on it if you'd like.
And
For
that is optional. Okay.
Yeah. Everything's optional. Besides that, you can also build a bunch of different ways. You could split the backspace. You could split the whole bottom row. You can swap these from here to here. Split the right shift. So it was just everything that the JD45 lacked in a keyboard that I wanted. So I'm taking my time, pacing myself out so I don't run into issues, which I'm sure I will run into issues, but I want to deliver a keyboard that everyone's going to love, and people can put GMK, whatever they want on their keyboard. I say Miami from Dave.
Very nice.
And-
Oh,
and-
you got a little pyro on there.
Oh, yeah, Dave actually sent me that as a gift.
That's
That's
awesome.
a great gift.
Yeah. No, he's a good guy. Great friend. And that's what's going on with Pearl. I'm just taking my time. Hopefully it goes well. People like it. And hope it goes well.
Okay, let's talk just a little bit about part of the design process for the Pearl, because the Pearl is actually really interesting for a few reasons. So normally with a 40% board, the idea is you want it to be portable,
Mm-hmm.
you want it to be efficient, and on some level you want it to be kind of cheap too.
Okay.
So if we're being totally honest here, this keyboard is it's probably not the lightest 40% in existence. It's probably not the most portable. Because you chose to go with not only a staggered layout, but blocked corners, it's automatically like the least efficient 40% keyboard.
That's so true.
And because it's absolutely gorgeous and there's lots of metal and angles and like awesome cuts on it and there's a weight, it's not going to be cheap. So like honestly, like who is like the real target audience for this 40% board?
Okay. The real target audience and the primary target audience is always going to be me, because I had no
That's a good
intention of
answer.
I had no intention of selling this board. You know, I'm a software developer. I work for a company called Lockheed Martin, and when I go to work, I'm always using a 10 keyless keyboard. I don't have need for the numpad, but when I come home, all I need is the pearls. You know, I don't need to use anything besides my pearls. I don't need anything bigger than 40%. Now, the fact that you talked about the weight. The problem is that on smaller 40% boards that I had, they would move around when I would be gaming and typing, and I hated that. They would always like push back, and sometimes when I would type, they would flip backwards too. So one of the things I wanted was a weighted down keyboard that wouldn't be moving around. As for the corners, I mean, I never really need like the win key or stuff like that. I find that I just play like League of Legends, Overwatch, stuff like that. I don't really need. You don't need like all the whole bottom row and things like that. But ideally, I was always going to be the primary customer, and when people said that they wanted it, I tried to make brass plates for them, stainless steel, change a little bit of what they wanted up. That's kind of it.
Nice.
Does that
Nice. Yeah. No, that's actually a better answer than I was expecting even, because you know, most of the greatest things in this community, whether it's keyboards or artisans, are made for that exact reason. They're made, you know, by someone that wants something specific, and then other people wind up wanting it too. You know,
Yes.
you make it for yourself, not for other people. And, you know, if it's good, then other people will wind up wanting it. And that's obviously the case here.
Yeah, I like when it comes from your soul and you put your efforts into it and people like it. You know, I always think that if you make something with your own passion, people are gonna end up liking it.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it not the most efficient 40% keyboard, but
Yeah.
like I still really want one. It's still my favorite 40% to date.
I really have to
Because-
say thank you so
I
much.
agree. Yeah.
And like you, I really liked the blocked corner JD45. I was like all about that, and then I saw the Pearl, and I've been trying to find a blocked corner JD for so long, and then I saw the Pearl, and I was like,
I have
well,
one right
that's
here.
happening.
right there. Yeah.
Got one for you.
Oh shit! Well, now I have to have the Pearl, like the JD40.
It's the same thing.
Anymore.
It's literally the same height as a Pearl, like same
What?
width.
There's something you did right that they did wrong.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. So I just want to bring this up there. Do you know who designed the JD45?
Was it not JD Carpe?
No, it was actually Wilba. Do you know who Wilba is?
Yeah, he does a lot of PCB
Yeah.
designs.
Yes, and I actually came to Wilba and I told him, Wilba, I need help designing a PCB. And I'm telling you this, swear to God, okay? I have this message. He said, quote, unquote, or quote, your design is not worth my time, like, to make. So I was, at that
Wow.
point, I was like, I have to make my own keyboard. Like, people are telling me that it's not worth making. So it kind of pushed me away from the JD45 and like really pushed me to finish the Pearl. And then nothing against him, you know, I'd be straight competing with his own design that he created. Why would someone have the intention of?
That's
But
true.
but I did go around and Dave did help me actually. And Dave has two Mech Minis, so it just kind of shows you like who in the community is willing to help you and who's not. And when people do extend their hand and help you out, you actually can get something really nice done.
Oh yes, definitely. Most
But yeah.
definitely. But what I was
And
gonna
not-
say is what you did right that I think they did wrong is yours is like all case. There's none of those aluminum feet. It's not a
Oh.
flat keyboard with feet.
Yeah, it's the
like
case-
actually angled.
An angled case. That's how a
That
custom should be.
Always looks better to me. Always. Every single time. Like it should never be a flat keyboard with feet. It needs to be actually angled, and I freaking love that.
Thank you. And also, I don't know if you guys know, you're not supposed to type with your wrists angled. Do you guys know about that? I mean, Huey should know,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So I had to decide if I wanted to do 8 degrees, 10 degrees. I kind of wanted to do a little 5 degree, like 5-6 degree angle, which is why I put that in there. I didn't go so high because you're actually hurting your wrists if you're angling like all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
That was another thing about the. But thank you for the compliment.
Of course. I'm one of those freaks that types at an angle, and I use
Oh yeah,
I use like a wrist rest and stuff. So
I
I'm
do
like,
too. Yeah, I
My
got
wrist
my
basically
own little.
broken in 5 years.
See, even though I know all the good ergonomics, I use a wrist rest as well, but I have a adjustable
Yo.
desk, so I adjusted it so like my wrists are still completely straight with the perfect height. Like it's
you
supposed to be
fancy.
a standing desk, but I rarely stand.
Yeah.
I'm lazy.
There's a lot of those on my job. They're always standing, and I'm like, man, I gotta sit down. Like,
So one thing I wanted to ask about, and I've scanned through the Geekhack thread of yours, and I've seen other people comment on this too, and it's a little controversial, but one thing you said you're definitely not going to do here is a QMK PCB.
yeah.
And for the primary people that are going to be buying this board are usually people that are very familiar with QMK and building their own boards. So what's the thought process behind saying absolutely not to QMK?
Okay, so that's a very simple one to answer. The thing about 40% is that people sometimes are not inclined to jump into them because you can't find key sets for them, and because they think it's complicated to learn the layouts and not only that, I've sold 3 JD45s. Every person has been like, how do I program them? What do I download? Do you have default layouts? I wanted people to have a very good experience into a 40%. I'm trying to bundle the Pearl group by with like a wrist or a sleeve with the idea that they just get the keyboard and they can program it with a GUI, you know? I want to offer a very easy experience into owning a 40% keyboard. Not only that, I personally love Bootmapper Client like a lot. It's
Me too.
So do I. Yeah, it's great.
oh, you guys do too?
Oh yeah, are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
you know, GMK's I program for a living, but it's ridiculous. Like you can hack it up.
I understand QMK is very good for the community, and it is very good for a lot of people. I am not one of those people.
Yeah, no.
I want to click a key and I want to like tell it what to do. That's it. Like,
But Bootmap Client does like the same stuff almost. You don't have all the layers, but there's little things that QMK will offer that Bootmapper Client won't. But for a 40%, you're not gonna go so crazy. Especially like, take a look at this layout. You know, like how much crazy can you get on these keys? Yeah. You have your Alt Control. You know, probably an FN, probably a Windows key, Shift. Like you're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna be hacking it up, but I wanted to offer Bootmapper Client, and also I thought about this later. I would have had to drill a hole into the case for the button through the weight, through the acrylic diffuser if they build that.
Because the actual physical bootloader button.
Yeah, and Bootmapper Client, you don't have to ever reset.
If Hotot's still in the chat, he will tell you that any PCB without a physical bootloader button is a failure.
Who?
Hotot of Int'l Kit. I remember he told me that once, and I was like, I don't care. I like Bootmapper Client.
Bootmapper Client was what I wanted in the beginning, and a lot of people didn't really know how to use it, and then Dave helped me and stuff like that, and I found Bootmapper, and I love it.
Totally, yeah. Like you said, it's an incredibly easier barrier of entry. Like,
yep.
Every time I have to do something on QMK, I'm just like,
yes. Like I'd rather just put another keyboard in and not worry about it. And ultimately, that was the reason. Just offer a very nice experience into the 40% world. If someone hasn't had one yet and they want to try it out.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So wait, quick question though: is the RGB diffuser is optional, right? You can use the keyboard without it. Okay.
So you can put this in, and you can choose to not build. You can choose to just build with the RGB diffuser, and the keyboard will lie flat, just like a JD45.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I glued this feet on, but you can have it just be flat, right? But at the same time, you have a diffuser as the base, so you also have flat RGB. Then you can put feet on the diffuser if you'd like to make it angled, or finally you can take the feet off and then build with the bottom piece, so you have RGB and an angle.
Wow, that's actually really cool that you have
options, guys.
Yeah. I made the little holes so you can put the feet here, wherever you want. This is for the weight screws. So you can build it however you want. Depends on how you want.
So when you buy a kit of this, will it come with all of those standard?
It's gonna come with the case, the plate, however you choose it, bronze, aluminum, stainless steel, the diffuser. I'm gonna include a cable. I'm also gonna include all the mounting hardware for sure. I've also been making some stickers, so I'm gonna try to include those. Actually, me and Dave from Mech Keys, we're gonna try to open like a merchandise shop. So we're gonna try to include some of that mounting hardware. Obviously, the PCB that I made. I don't think I'm gonna include stabilizers because my plates can offer this or Coster stabilizers, so I don't really want to make you choose one.
Yeah, fair enough.
So USB cable, maybe a sleeve or a wrist rest, all the mounting hardware in the case. You're gonna have everything you need except keycaps and switches to build your keyboard.
That wrist rest that you showed a few moments ago, is that what the interest check is for the Pearl in there?
So this wrist rest is made by one of my friends who runs a shop called battlestation.io, and it's really sad that not many people know about him because he makes beautiful. This is a curly maple wrist rest, and I'm trying to get him to make wrist rests for my group eye. Oh, you have one too, Huey?
No, not a wrist rest, but I do have his stand thing.
Oh, no way! That's pretty cool. Yeah, he makes really good stuff, and I can't see. That's another thing. I want to include a wrist rest because the Pearl is kind of high, and I want to make it easy for you to get into the Pearl. But a lot of people wanted a sleeve instead, probably because they don't know that they don't really care about wrist rest. So here's kind of where I have the do I include what I see fit for my group eye or what people want?
Hold on, guys. It looks like the stream is frozen. I'm not dropping any frames, but things are frozen.
Push, please.
Oh no!
Or Or it might be Skype because the chat is still going.
Yeah, chat is still going. Let's see. Let me check my. Okay, Skype should be fine. We should be moving again shortly. My OBS looks fine. We have 0 dropped frames on my OBS. Oh, it looks like
we're back. Okay.
And that's what happened to Bill Clinton.
Yes, since people didn't miss it, I have from BattleStation.io. He has this little stand thing that you can put stuff on. He also has really cool wrist rests.
Gonna try to offer these with the Pearl.
Well, I'd probably have to get one.
They're beautiful, and he makes them however you want them. You tell him what color. He made me one for my Mech Mini. I told him make it the penumbra blue, and he pretty much matched it.
You know, it's actually kind of surprising to me that people would want a sleeve over a wrist rest. I mean, I guess it's cool to offer both if possible, but it's interesting that you have more interest for the sleeve.
A lot of people chose the sleeve over the wrist rest, but they're kind of. I have to decide if I want what's best for the people buying the Pearl or what people want, because I think a wrist rest would really save your wrist when typing at an angle.
Cool. And probably last question for this before we move on to the news, but do you plan to go through a specific vendor, or are you handling all the group buy stuff yourself?
So, I don't know if I mentioned this, but Dave from MechKeys has been my mentor through this, and he's told me everything of the process. PayPal might freeze your account, what it costs to ship, how long it costs to ship, chargebacks, defects. So Dave is really helping me out with a lot of things, and I think it'd be fun to run it by myself, but I really want and need help because I've never done a group buy before. So I might have him help me ship a lot of international orders and things like that. I'm not really sure yet. You know, like I said, I'm really pacing myself out so that I can offer the best thing for everyone.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just noticed that in the post it says min and max order quantity tentatively planned at 50 to 100.
Yeah.
And I mean that's a pretty fair number, but
I don't know if you guys ever ran a group buy, but my people told me they would deliver all the keyboards in a crate, like a wooden crate, to my apartment. I don't have a pallet jack. I'm not gonna fit 100 keyboards in my apartment, you know. So it's things like that you don't really know about, and you do need help.
Yeah, understandably so.
I don't want to be like caught with my pants down, you know.
Mm-hmm. Totally understandable.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to move on to a little bit of news. We have quite a bit of it today. And Huey, why don't you start us out a little bit?
Yeah, I actually added a discussion point, but why don't you read that out while I fix the stream stuff?
Awesome. Okay, so we have a brand new discussion point that I haven't even seen yet. What's the most me keyboard that you have seen someone else design that you love?
This comes up from when you talk about when you designed your Pearl as a keyboard just for you, a me keyboard.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other designers that we've talked to who have that same mentality. So what's one from, you know, maybe another maker who's really just made a keyboard from themselves, but it's really still resonated with you?
Who are you asking?
All of us.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah, all of us.
You were part of this. The Pearl. No, I'm kidding. But honestly, kind of. I don't know.
AEK 64 would probably have to be one of my top ones.
Dude, that kind of looks like the Pearl from the side.
Has this is
what the heck?
Machined angle. This is all stainless steel for the case. This
Weird.
is yeah. I love these giant rubber feet. This is 2 rubber feet, one on each side. Just giant. Yeah, the creator of this keyboard basically like, hey, I want to make a stainless steel 60% that only fits the AEK 60% layout. Alps only, all stainless steel. I need 9 other people. Who's in?
Damn. You tell me 10 people joined in?
It was only 10 units in production, not counting prototypes.
What Alps did you put in there?
Orange Alps.
What are those?
Amazing. They're nice, very nice tactile Alps. Would highly recommend. There's an aluminum version coming in the future, though.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I maybe there hasn't been one for me yet.
That's truly resonated.
I totally have a lot of like pretty sentimental boards that I don't think I'll ever get rid of. Like I don't think I'll ever get rid of like my Fjell or my M65, like because not even just about like the cases, but just like the people behind them. Like I respect like Rama and J-Chan and Leandrin so much that it's just like it's not even about necessarily the case anymore. Like I have them and like they're just a part of my collection that will never leave now.
Could we see the fell?
I'm actually using it right now.
Is it fell?
Fjell.
You sure? Ooh, it's pretty.
I got the silver one with 9009.
Wow.
And in a custom Seattle themed key walk from Booper that she gave me at the meetup.
That's pretty cool. She?
Yeah.
Oh.
Booper is indeed female.
You flirting with her? Not cool.
I'm much too afraid to flirt with a southern girl.
Southern love.
Although we did drink whiskey in Pioneer Square together with Hata and a couple other people, and that was a really fun time.
Nice.
Anyways, yeah, moving on. I don't know. The Fjell is probably like still kind of my heart right now, but I'm really looking forward to the Pearl.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really happy to hear that.
And I don't buy 40% keyboards. I don't. I have a Mech Mini 1 that Dave gave me. That's my only 40% I have right now.
That's been my favorite keyboard, the Mech Mini 1 forever.
And I like it. It's definitely a fun keyboard, but like 40% just isn't always practical for me.
Definitely not. They're honestly useless. Like if you use them as limited, I use them to game QWER. That's it. I don't need anything bigger.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like it, and I just don't use it that often. But like I could see myself using the Pearl a little bit more often, especially because something I do like about the Pearl that most other 40% don't have is it's about as close to a normal layout as you can get for a 40%. Yeah, and like to be able to adapt to that faster is like a really big plus. The Mech Mini 1 is also relatively simple, but I can't get all of the punctuation I want on the initial layout, and that kind of kills it for me a little bit because I don't want to use like period and question mark on layer 1 or 2.
Yeah, because the Mech Mini, the Mech Mini is also missing an entire column. So technically, the Mech Mini is like a 40%. Pearl is like a 45%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kinda, but people will argue that they're all 40%.
Yeah. This is why the percentage system is terrible.
But terrible. After that, I'm gonna do a 60%, which I really am looking forward to.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Can you talk a little bit about that, or are we keeping that a mystery?
No, definitely not. Me and Dave are gonna work on a 60%. That's gonna be just beautiful.
Is it going to be similar to the Pearl, or is it an entirely different design?
So far we're thinking kind of like hammer type case.
Okay.
I don't know if you know what the hammer. Yeah.
Nice.
Like thick. a nice thick like case with the weight and probably some modern features too. Like I put the indicator lights on the Pearl. Something to kind of bring into the new age. And Dave always loves his RGB, so we're gonna put that into. Cool. So just to bring another 60% in the market that's high quality.
I'm always in the mood for more 60%.
Yeah.
Always.
Yes, more 60%.
All right, Huey. Take us away on the news.
Starting on the news, of course, everyone has seen GMK 9009 has started, and not only has it started, it has, let me move the browser, it has met MOQ already. Yay. Yeah, I mean, 9009 was really, in my opinion, very undersold for round 1, but now Janglad, working with Dixie Mech, is bringing it for round 2, and I mean they crushed MOQ in a day. So yeah, it's
not surprising.
Not surprising at all. So you can go to if you're US, Dixie Mech store for 9009. I think they have different proxies for different places around the world, but I mean that doesn't matter to me.
And if you were living under the rock for the last like 6 months or something, like 9009 didn't sell very well in the last group buy, and then all of a sudden after it shipped, everyone had to have it, and it quickly became the most expensive aftermarket GMK key set that I've ever seen.
Wow.
It was frequently getting between $300 and $400 on the aftermarket, which is pretty substantial for a GMK set. So this is kind of another way to get a hold of that without having to, sign your life away. Take out a second mortgage on your house.
You let it be rare, and people wanted it over time. It was only a matter of them running it, and everyone was gonna want it.
It's weird how that works too, because like a set that's not popular. Like look at Royal Alpha by GMK. Huey has a set of that. He'll probably show right now. That set just didn't sell. Like Massdrop had to extend the drop just to meet the minimum MOQ.
They made two drops, right, or something.
They made two versions. One with the green alphas, and one with the white alphas. But like the whole, like both sets almost, like Brian said, they both almost didn't make the MOQ. Massdrop had to extend the buy time so they could make MOQ. And I've recently had offers for this set upwards of $300+. Wow.
Yeah, now that set is just the hotness, and now everybody wants it.
And someone else was running it, right? Donut,
I believe, ran an interest check for it. I'm not sure where he's at with that right now, but we will find out next week probably.
I think he paused. People were like, I want some other colors or something.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, GMK 9009, it's met MOQ. It looks like Garrett hasn't updated the numbers on his site yet. The compatibility is looking pretty good. As most GMK sets, most modern GMK sets not from China do, which is really great. And I do want to segue this because there's also a 40s kit being run by Evan of the Van Keyboards for 40% compatible keys for the 9009, which might also be very, very useful if you're planning on putting 9009 on your Pearl. So anyone out there looking to get some nice keys.
Everybody out there looking to spend a lot of hundreds of dollars for all of these.
Yeah.
Pearl doesn't need a modifier kit. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, the 40s kit, it's $40 on the Van keyboards. I think, in my opinion, it's a really good price for that add-on kit.
$40?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Well, that's not bad at all. And then also for the international peoples, there's an interest check. It hasn't reached group buy yet, as far as I know, for some international keys. I mean, doesn't really apply to me or I don't think any of us, but if you are international, a lot of our fans are, and you are interested in 9009, but you are obsessed with making sure you have your quartz layout with a Z or your German or French, or I don't know what layouts are supported, but your Azerty, your ISO layouts, get involved in this interest check, because otherwise you're not gonna have any international keys and you're just gonna have to, bow down to the ANSI master race. So yeah, 9009, it's popping, it's hot. Get them while it's still active. The base set is active till the 15th of the month, so it's about 10 more days for everyone. Would recommend.
Not bad.
More in Keycap news, since for the first time ever we actually have organized our news doc. DSA Royal Navy Round 2 now available at mechsupply.co.uk, which is a vendor for the UK. Round 1 did I think has a nice little bright red sail key, which a lot of people really liked because that song by AWOL Nation.
Damn.
Yep. That's fantastic.
Although what bothers me is that sail key, the I isn't capitalized. The S, the A, and the L are.
The text is also just bigger than the rest.
Yeah.
The other keys, like the font is.
Oh
is
yeah, that is
bigger,
true.
Which is straight up bigger.
Which is really, really kind of odd to me.
They really want you to sail,
Yeah.
It still looks beautiful. I think it looks beautiful.
For sure. Color-wise and novelties, I think it's a fantastic set. I just would not use that huge sail enter.
But it looks like numbers are looking pretty good. It's going to close at the end of the month. They've already 4/5 the way to hitting MOQ, which is for them going to be 100. For the base set, the modifiers are 3/4 of the way there, which I guess are the two most important sets for people. Novelties have smashed MOQ. So, I mean, this is definitely looking like something that will happen for sure. But like many DSA sets and sets produced by SP, it's all about picking and choosing different kits, unlike GMK, where it's kind of like a one-time deal, unless you're a 40% or international for 9009.
Kit fits all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looks like the base kit here is 41 pounds. I don't remember that conversion off the top of my head for us US folk, but that's like
A lot.
55 or $60, I think, like in that general ballpark. But we're only 17 away from hitting the MOQ on the base set. Modifiers not too far behind that, and as Huey said, the novelties are already there. So this one closes at the end of this month, 31st of October, and it's set to ship the 15th of March. So, yeah, what's that, like a 4.5 month window? Not too terrible for SP. If you're familiar with their SA line, you're probably very familiar with waiting a year for a key set.
That's ridiculous.
So DSA obviously substantially less than that, thankfully.
Next
All right.
in the news, we have a group buy for DSA Coffee House.
I like the guys running that group buy. I know about them.
Yeah, this is on Flash Cork. We've covered a few
Go
things.
bad guy.
Yeah, he's done the gold bat. We've covered that and a few other things Flash Cork has been up to on Top Clack. Yeah, this is a DSA Coffee House. Nice little coffee colors. Which shows a nice, a nice render of the set as opposed to just the my keyboard layout editor version.
Actually, I wonder if this is the exact same colorway that the DCS coffee set uses. Because years ago there was a DCS coffee set.
There's gonna be an exclusive artisan by Prime Caps, which is that coffee bean cap.
Oh yeah, it actually shows it too.
You also get some zap cables for matching coiled or uncoiled coffee cables, as well as a nice keyboard sleeve by Keyboard Wear.
Those sleeves are wonderful.
They look nice. They do look nice.
I've got two of them. This pretty much same color, and they're pretty much the best sleeves I've had. They're super thick, super cushiony. They'll protect your keyboard.
So one thing that's a little bit different here from most DSA or SA sets through Signature Plastics is his kit breakdown is a little bit different. The base kit is actually enough for a 60% and TKL, even with some additional keys. Like the base kit actually comes with a short shift and FN, just in case you use split rate shift.
Oh.
And
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So for $79, you can fit a standard 60% or TKL or something with a little bit of variance there.
But does Flash Cork not believe in Sangan kits? I'm trying to. is there a 1.5 view controller alt? I'm trying to look for it, and I'm failing to find it.
Maybe he's a diehard 40 guy.
Yeah,
with his Go-bats.
yeah. Maybe he's just because he has the 40
Wow.
kit, and he doesn't have maybe he's not about that win keyless life.
That's a monumental failure.
Yeah, that's.
If I'm being totally honest.
Yeah, that's a 2 out of 10 for compatibility.
That's about as bad as it gets, considering how popular win keyless bottom rows and things like split backspace are in the enthusiast community these days. That's totally unacceptable. Nice looking set, but compatibility that is completely unacceptable.
Mm-hmm. It's a reasonable price overall, but still bad compatibility. It really only works for people who are just absolutely set on standard layout or, I guess, 40% or plank.
Yeah.
Yep.
Moving on, a group buy has started. GMK Pristine. It is on zFrontier. We haven't heard from them in a cool minute, but they're doing it. It's a very, very, very simple Brian styled set, meaning it's just very bare bones, just very.
Is this supposed to be like a white or a beige?
It's like I don't know. It's like a
Cream?
cream. It doesn't look like a cream.
Yeah.
Isn't white hard to
They say
hard to do on
it's
Keycaps?
a vintage interpretation of the classic black on white. So I guess since it's an interpretation, it's not going to be just flat white. It's going to be more of a cream white. It looks like.
I like it. It's very clean, very very clean. You don't have any crazy. Craziness.
I'm not in love with it. I use GMK Stormtrooper, and it's kind of the same thing. Stormtrooper maybe a little bit more white, this a little bit more cream, but it's fine. It's something I would use, but I'll probably not buy it.
Is that expensive? 147 for a GMK set like that?
That's
at 150 sets. At 250, it's 133.
It was since I'd say it's pretty okay. I mean, they've some decent, okay enough compatibility.
It's pretty on par these days. Normally, the only time you see GMK sets rather cheaper than that is if it's someone like Massdrop running it,
I guess,
and they can hit a huge enough order number to be able to get like $100 to $120 price.
IMO. The real question is shipping included in this price? I'm guessing no. I'm gonna find out, and everyone's gonna watch my screen.
Shipping
and
fee
join
is
me.
included in this price.
Lol, California taxes.
Oh yeah.
That's what it says at least.
Yeah, it is included. Shipping has been nulled out on my thing. You know, I didn't put my address, so. But
well, it says in the post.
Says
here.
it, yeah,
Shipping's included.
That is that is a nice thing.
It also comes in a GMK tray. By the look of it, a lot of people are into those.
I have so many of those. Like,
yeah, I give mine away to other people in Seattle.
They're a pain to ship for GMK trays. I mean, I'm fast enough to find the keycaps I need to not need a tray. Like, it's not hard to differentiate between a 0 on the numpad and a 0 normal 0. I don't know.
Especially because row profile.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if I had the option, I would much rather pay $5 less for a GMK set and never get those trays.
I would get the discount and choose
every
not to have
time.
a tray. Yeah.
Every time.
I would always get. I'd rather get a discount and not.
And I will take that $5 and go buy an iced hazelnut latte, and I will be happy about it.
Yeah.
Anyways, yep. GMK Pristine, not exciting, but not terrible either.
Moving on is an interest check for GMK Wapuro, which is basically Dolch with
Wapuro.
Wapuro. Basically Dolch with Japanese pad printed letters as well as some other fancy accents.
I gotta say, that's a really cool Sony thing, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Personal word processor. Oh my god.
That's pretty cool.
32 by 32 dot printer. Oh man, that's some HD stuff right there. 32 by 32.
Wow. It's cool.
I really dig Japanese sub-legends.
So do I. I mean,
if nothing else, but yeah, it's kind of just Dolch otherwise.
Hey Huey, I think I saw you had an HHKB with those red Japanese SA style caps or something.
Yeah, with the High Pro caps. I've done a review on my YouTube channel. So here it is right here.
Oh man, that looks beautiful.
Yeah, these keycaps. So you can get the High Pro ones in the same dark gray as my mods. Those are really easy to find. But these white ones were a limited run of the same keyboard that came with the red accents.
Okay.
Which was a limited run of a keyboard for it happened 2 years ago, and the run was only 3 or 4 months, I believe. But yeah, so not very many people have these High Pro with the Japanese, and it's white. Most of them have the dark ones.
Are those the same on this one?
I believe the ledge. I mean it should be the same Japanese. Yeah, same Japanese legends. I'm looking at it. Yeah, they match up.
I love how there's a no and a yes at the bottom. Do you see that?
Interesting
note
here. This is actually competing on Massdrop's Keycap set design contest that's going on right now. Not only that, it's competing in the same group that our good friend Vector is competing in with his set GMK Dip.
Yes.
So if you're into supporting specific keycap designers, make sure you go check out this contest on Massdrop.
We will talk about it in the news, though. It is in the news, though.
Okay. I didn't notice that, so my apologies. We will get to
worries.
that.
You will get to that.
Damn it, Brian, going out of schedule.
Exciting.
I didn't even look. Okay. I didn't even notice it.
Over at Originative Co., they are now stocking GMK Red Honey.
And Red Honey Cyrrilic.
Yes.
I will link both in the chat right now.
It is, like a not as good version as Honeywell. That's how I feel about it. I think that red is, at least in those pictures, maybe because of the lighting they use. It just seems like a bit too much compared to that white.
Yeah, the contrast seems a little off.
Could just be their photo setup, honestly. But it does look also off in the GMK render as well.
Yeah. One thing I do actually really think is interesting about this key set that we're starting to see a little bit more of now is it uses complete icon mods.
Yes, complete.
So there are no text on the icons on any of them, or on any of the mods. Like it's just all icons, even your control and your alt, your Windows
cluster,
key, stuff like that.
Page down, home
cool.
ends, insert delete.
To my knowledge, there is only one other set that has used this so far, which is Yuri, and it wasn't even in the base kit. It was an add-on. So this is the first time I believe we're seeing this as a base kit. We might. It's a possibility we'll see it in upcoming set GMK Necro by Jessica. She has been considering doing full icon mods for that set as well. So now that Yuri has gone through with this, because I imagine they probably paid for the molds, or Massdrop paid for the molds for those particular double shots. Now it's kind of like other people can use them now without having to pay that additional mold cost. So we might see more of this in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of interesting. I'd like to see more of it. It's refreshing. It's different.
It's different.
Maybe not quite as classy, but that's how it goes.
Guys, I gotta ask you, what's up with the 3? The number sign on the 3?
Oh yeah, for GMK.
The pound sign.
GMK has it sideways because that's just how their mold is.
Oh.
Yeah. The sideways.
Would it be better upright?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
I'm so used to seeing it that way now.
Yeah, right. It's not a problem until I start like physically writing it that way.
Anyway, so they have the Red Honey set for $169, and they have the Red Honey Cyrrilic, which has those Cyrrilic sub-legends for $20 more. Pad-printed sub-legends for $20 more. Kind of expensive for a GMK set these days.
Shipping not included for Originative, so you have to pay for shipping on top. They're in California, so might want to price that out from where you are.
So definitely not the cheapest GMK option, but maybe it's your thing. Maybe you like that really high contrast red.
Originative also has. They're really good on shipping. I think I bought Hyperfuse from them SA, and they got it to me in like 2-3 days. So good thing that they have it stocked and they're not relying on group buys and things like that, like they used to on the other key sets. I like that about them.
Originative they do the waiting for you typically.
Yeah. They front the money up and.
Exactly.
Okay. Now we got a little tease from. No, I skipped it. No, we got an interest check for GMK palettes by Mr. Binley of Goose Keyboards, which is actually a bit similar to Vector's set. Now that I look at it.
Oh yeah, pastel or whatever.
Yeah, this is GMK palette though. It's a palette of pastel
in
colors.
Before it's GMK palette.
You know, GMK Palette Town.
And the chat just wrecks us for it.
There's a render of it on a TKL. This is a kind of a weird thing for us to cover. The reason we put it at the bottom of the Keycap news is he also has some new lube, the RO59.
I'm more interested in the second part of this post.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interest check for the palette set. There isn't really much other than here are the colors. We don't know what else he's doing out with it. Hopefully he has some more information soon. There's a form for the interest check, though, if you're interested. Feedback is always great for people. So let's actually move on to the exciting part of the post. Brian, what's this RO59 thing? What's this? This bucket? It's appropriate, right? This is a safe for work pie tin.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he has in the pie tin there. He could have anything. It could not be lube. It looks like it could not be lube. Anyways, so it's RO59. He says it's a wildly acclaimed lube in the Korean keyboard community. I don't know about that. I've actually never seen this before, so I have no idea.
Ripster's covered it before.
This is what he is saying, though. It is rarely seen in the Western market, despite its amazing reputation. Superior than most other lubes by virtue of its ability to bond to the surface it is applied to. RO59 applications tend to last longer and provide better feeling than other lubes, such as Krytox. So, kind of a bold claim there, but because I've never tried this lube and I don't know much about it, I can't necessarily disagree with him at the moment. But I'd love to get some in to try. Maybe we can get a sample or something.
Hint.
Yeah, send me a sample, man.
Actually, speaking of lube samples, I do want to bring this up. I did receive lube samples from Krellbit, who runs switchmod.net. He's working on these 2 new mixes. He sent Brian and I samples of both of them, a thin and thick ones. We'll be using them, at least I will be using some in upcoming builds to try them out to give him feedback. But overall, so far, I think people have said some pretty positive things.
Yeah, and one thing to actually note here, it's not really a thin and thick. It's more like thick and thicker.
Yeah. It's more of a grease than a lube as well.
They're greases. They're not oils.
Yeah, they're greases. That's just a little teaser, a little teaser for y'all. It's something that we'll be working on.
And it'll be up on the Top Clack webpage. And not only that, I will be doing a comparison because I have several lubes on hand to compare against.
Brian's got lubes on deck.
I am so good about lube. I always have lube.
Lube master.
You guys should always have lube on hand.
Okay. The final keycap news is from MiTo, which is a teaser for Pulse DSA. MiTo has famously run it in SA twice now and has worked on other sets, but now it's a little tease for Pulse DSA. I think a lot of people might be wanting this. I know back a long time ago when the community was but a babe compared to how it is today, and there wasn't many sets, Pulse was one of the first big name sets out there. And aftermarket Pulse sets for SA used to be up to like $600. I mean,
yeah, I remember.
But now there's a lot of Pulse out. There's a big one on Massdrop. There's a lot of things have happened. I mean, I'm not big on DSA. That colorway is to me now because there's so many other colorways available IMO.
Yeah, I really like this picture. I think this render is really gorgeous. Yeah, I always think that. Then I get a DSA set in, and I'm like, it's all right.
What do you guys not like about DSA?
I don't mind typing on it. But I prefer cherry profile by a landslide.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, when I first got into the community, a lot of people know I was really into DSA. I used to own like 6 or 7 DSA sets. Like, I used to own a lot of DSA sets. Right now, I only own 1 DSA set, and the only reason I do is because it's for 40%.
What is that?
This is the XT40.
The Ace.
Yeah, by the Ace. Yeah.
Yeah.
Review
coming up in like months once I get to it.
In like forever, no big deal. Anyways, back to the Pulse DSA set. It's not technically an interest check, but he is asking for interest on it, so maybe it is. He doesn't have it tagged appropriately. Either way, this has been the top post for a little while now. He's got over 3,500 votes on it. So people obviously really wanting this.
I think people really like the colorways. The Pulse is
it's very simple. It's elegant.
Yeah,
it's a high contrast colorway people like.
Yeah,
it's like a nice turquoise, like Tiffany style blue, and I don't like that he puts it with the black. I mixed mine with the Calm Defs, And I think that when you mix it with like a bluer center, it looks really good instead of like the black. But Pulse it looks very beautiful. You know, the blue apparently is people's favorite color, just like worldwide, and like a nice little light blue is always nice to look at.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. All right, now on to keyboard news, Huey.
First is the zFrontier J80 was teased, which is this big ol' looking TKL. I mean, I think it's a tease. I can't read it, obviously. I'm not that kind of Asian.
What?
I like this little gif of like the bunnies punching. What is this gif? Scroll down this page.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome.
But I love how this keyboard looks, honestly. Like, if this makes it to the West, like,
I don't like it. Not for
really?
me.
It reminds me of a real stock Real Force case, but flatter.
Yeah,
Super flat.
I just hope
like it.
I hope it's flat, but not like flat enough where like the keycap edges show. If it's slightly higher than that, I think it's really nice. I can't tell by this until it's built, though.
It's a little flatter than I'd personally like.
It's still high profile. You won't see the switches. Is that what you asked?
Yeah, but I mean, people said the same thing about the M65, but for the M65, you can see the bottoms of the keycaps.
There's a little gap there.
Yeah, that was.
Oh well. Interesting. It's not very often that you and I don't totally agree on something, Huey.
Yeah. I mean, it's very.
We need more conflict on Top Clack.
Yeah. Conflict Clack.
What do you think of the bezels? Like the top bezel?
It's fine. The top bezel, like I said, reminds me of the Real Force 87U OG.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, it is based off the Cherry G3000, G80, 3000. Yeah, that's what that 3000 is in that text I've highlighted.
I think the reason I don't like the bezel here is because it's not quite as round as a Real Force case, and I think that's like for a Real Force that it kind of works, but here I don't think it works as well.
I have a Real Force top in front of me.
Oh.
Yeah, I get to. I mean, I guess I see what you're thinking about, possibly.
Yeah, and the Real Force bezel isn't as big on top.
No,
also.
it's not. It's not. It really isn't.
I like the size of the Real Force one, but anything beyond that, especially when it has sharper corners, can't do it. Not for me.
What do you think the price for the J80 might be?
1,500, 1,000, million.
God damn.
No clue.
Let's see what happens when I translate this page.
Yeah.
It actually works pretty well, but there still is no price.
But yeah, just I mean, I'll just keep my eye on that, just see how it turns out. If it makes it to the Wests, who knows? I mean, it is how it is. I mean, I can't read any of this. I see no pricing numbers. But yeah, moving on.
Interesting.
Is a 65% with
250 to 300. It says it on the page.
Oh, it says it.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Pudsey. We can't read Asian. I'm not that kind of Asian. So.
Yeah, I'm not either.
We need Pudsey to translate for us.
We need more multilingual Top Clack.
Yeah.
He says I'm white.
We never said you were Asian. We just said we're not that kind of Asian.
No, we said we need more multilingual people.
Yeah.
Not that we need more.
Gosh, Pudsey. It's so weird for you to yell at things and be wrong about it.
trying to twist our words.
I know.
Here, Pudsey. You're cruising for a bruising.
Actually, though, speaking of Pudsey, everyone in chat, he is actually working on an article for Top Clack I've been talking to him about. So keep that in mind. He's a wealth of knowledge. So yeah.
I always see him on
If only he wasn't so aggressively opinionated with that knowledge.
It's those youngins. That's why. All those youngins.
But definitely look forward to that article. Should be good either way.
Yeah, it'll be a great article. So moving on, our friends at KBDfans. Speaking of, they just wrapped up the 5 degree case. Either today or about to wrap up. Today's the last day. I don't know if in China time it's already wrapped up. It might be. But they've now teased a 65% that has a numpad. This is why the percent system is stupid, because like, does anyone want to actually calculate this online, like what percentage these keys are?
Please no.
Exactly.
Please no.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I've heard that it's not about the keys; it's about the form factor of the keyboard in relation to a full one.
I heard it's not about the size. Of the
Yeah,
phone,
like
but
I've
motion
heard
of
both.
motion.
I've heard both. Like,
See, but when people say that, under that logic, my Digilog, this is 100%. This is a full size keyboard
that's what I'm saying.
because relatively,
people will
I have
argue
this
with you about
space.
People will argue both things. It's the key, is the amount of keys, or it's the size, and you never know the people anymore. I go with the amount of keys personally.
But yeah,
Different strokes for different folks.
but I mean, so looking at this layout, I mean, but why? Like KBD75, great. Nui, great. What else do they do? 5 degree, great. The compact SQ they've teased, great. I see no greatness out of this tease.
I like that they call it a super mini 96%. That is like the most awkward name. Hey, maybe this is totally for some other people and just not us. All right.
So is this a
the
is this a
numpad?
Keyset?
But no, it should be
It's a keyboard.
layout. Yeah, it's a layout they've teased. But the thing is, like, if you look at the numpad doesn't have an enter, a plus, any of your numerical like workings.
Oh,
it only has the
and-
3 on top. It only has the divide, multiply, and subtract. But like,
I hadn't noticed that.
Well, it's
Keyboard fans, you know.
it's something.
it's something.
It's something.
I think it needs to be workshopped a bit. But I mean, KBD fans have been on a roll overall with most all their offerings. We'll see how they turn this one around to be something amazing like they usually do.
Hey, you know what else I noticed? There's 2 backspace keys.
Yes,
Do you see that?
Yeah,
Well-
you even option for the split backspace or the normal backspace.
That's not actually where a key will go. That's just showing you that you can
Oh, you can
replace
split
those
it?
2 keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can split or
okay,
you
got it.
cannot.
Like for the space bar, you can have the space bar or the split space bar or the win keyless bottom row for the left side.
Yeah, but I'm
that's,
saying
that's
the-
something a lot of people just do in renders. Like if you look at the caps lock and you see how there's
Yeah.
a stepped caps lock next to it.
No, yeah, but the backspace on top of the enter should be that like slash.
Oh
key,
no!
you know?
When you have a split backspace, usually they move the backspace down to that because that mirrors the HHKB layout.
Yeah, that's just a potential backspace.
And so they moved
spot.
that pipe.
Okay,
they
okay,
moved
got
the
it.
pipe backslash. You're supposed to move it.
Oh, okay,
above.
got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
That's why.
Anyways,
this is just a weird.
moving on from this.
I have an HHKB, but I
monstrous.
took it apart the first day. So, yeah.
So this is interesting. This is on Keycaps. This is a weird name, but it's a public aimed TKL case. This is the Pyroblast TKL.
What is a public aim TKL case?
I also hate that this person decided to use white font when I use the light backgrounds in Keycaps. Because
Yeah, I also when I first scrolled down, I was like, "There's no text here."
Oh my god.
Fully made in Korea, so it is a custom with a K. I like this. If you need angle, please use bump-ons. Like it's just like it's a flat board. Like, hey, you want angle? Just get some bump-on feats. Coming in, top piece will only be in silver. The middle piece is your customization for your case colors: black, silver, gold, red, blue. The classic A87 PCB. Meh. Comes with a plate. It is $220. And another option, which probably would be for more, is the optional witch shoes, which is the angled feet, 8.5 degrees, which will fit on both sides of the case.
Which shoes?
Yes.
Which shoes? Yep.
Hey,
I
what's he saying? He's a scammer.
Ugh.
That's not
this guy.
me.
This guy knows everything.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, guys, I want to tell you some insight. On creating my board, you can honestly offer a ton of colors. This guy's offering silver top as like his only color. I mean, I feel like if you're selling something, give people like options.
This case isn't even that interesting. Let's just move on anyways.
Yeah. I just want to point out.
Pudsy's claiming he's a scammer.
The top comment, though, on that thread, right after the group buy, is Pudsey. Pretty cool.
I like how
Pretty
Pudsey
cool.
says foreman of the salt mine. That's so
Oh
true,
my-
man. That guy is just permanently salty.
Yeah. But
Anyways.
it's good to have critics and skeptics in the community, because that's how.
Join at your own risk.
Yeah.
I'll always be prepared.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people have
Take
been
precautionary
burned
measures.
by lots of things in the past.
Buyer beware.
But yeah, it's not too exciting. We don't have that much other news about it.
Yeah.
So we got an interest check though for the Kara 60 by Beaming Robot. Fancy back weight going on. It is an angled case. Has some interesting edges on the side.
Yeah.
I think the side is the only thing that really puts it apart, in my opinion, from a lot of other 6% aluminum cases. And yeah,
I definitely don't dislike it, but the sides scream a little bit too much Alienware for me.
Doesn't it look like the Pro case a little bit? Or the even the Pro, no, like a little bit angled. 60%.
A little bit,
Is
I
it
guess.
plastic?
No, this is gonna be aluminum.
It looks kind of plasticky.
I really like the weight. The weight's pretty cool.
yeah.
But the weight also looks kind of. Well, we don't know how big the weight is from the inside.
Yeah,
So
I
shouldn't
mean,
say it's
like the Fiel, it's small on the outside, but it's
exactly. Yeah.
I like that
Okay.
he's Ashton.
Oh, here we go. If you scroll down, you can actually see the weight and how big it is. It is well sized.
okay.
That is an above average weight.
Question
But yeah,
is it heavier than the gel fell?
probably not.
Probably not.
Probably.
To be
Probably
honest,
not.
probably not. The campers are smaller, edges are smaller. There's less aluminum.
So he says $250 per set, probably 20 sets or fewer. So
Limited.
potentially very limited.
And yeah, don't forget to add PayPal fees and $20 shipped to the U.S.
$27 shipped to the U.S., which is actually not that terrible.
It's going to be a first come, first serve raffle, so prepare all of your bots to enter that raffle if you want to get one.
Wow. What does a full kit come with? Let's
Probably
find that.
case and
I'm not
plate.
seeing that info.
Once.
Okay, here we go. Comes with case, alu plate, and brass weight. Okay, so no PCB with that kit.
Hmm.
So $250 plus $27 US shipping plus PayPal fees. So looking at about $300, roughly, a little under, and you get the case, the plate, and the weight.
How
Is
much
it-
was the Fiel?
Fiel was $250 for the case and the weight. So about on par with this if you include a plate. I paid like $275 for my Fiel. That was with a brass plate.
Yeah, I got the
and
brass
no-
plate as well. Yeah.
So this is about on par price wise with the Fiel.
I wonder what 60% PCBs it'll fit.
Any standard ones. It
What
says.
about like the Zeal
Yeah, this is-
also?
Yeah,
This
should.
is a drop-in case by the looks of it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
normal.
it's,
I did- I
it,
did
it
see
should it should fit your standard PCBs and plates for 60%.
What about colors offered? Does it say that?
Colors will be
there's
black, gray, silver, and
Oh, yeah, I
blue.
see.
Yes. The case and
those
weight
aren't the final
is
colors.
1.75 kilograms.
The case plus weight.
Yes.
How much is that in pounds?
I'm doing that conversion.
In
Nice.
Yeah, in freedom units.
1.7, you said?
1.75.
0.75. Okay, so the case and the weight together will be 3.85 pounds.
Wow.
So a little bit lighter than the Fiel as well. If you're one of those people that is into really, really heavy keyboards.
Mm-hmm. So let's move on to our friend Dave at MechKeys.ca, who has teased now the Espectro, a 96 key keyboard, aluminum CNC milled, GMK compatible. Of course, the RGBs, like you mentioned, Kuba, that Dave absolutely loves.
Oh yeah, he loves his.
He's stuck with a 5-degree angle, polycarb diffuser. He does have some indicator. It says will have some indicator LEDs. Nice, somewhat gentle sides is how I describe them. Sharp edges, but gentle sides.
This is a really unique look, and I am all for that.
So me and Dave have been working on that together. I did a lot of his renders, and I helped him a lot with the plate designs and things like that. I put those switches in and stuff, and honestly, I've been envisioning like having a big board like that on your desk, and it's not all like angled and blocky. Like the ZC96 was another 96 that's been group by currently right now, I think. And it really conforms to your like square blocked case, and I just like the idea of like a nice case like that. I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be more modern, more cool, a little different.
Definitely, it's unique if nothing else, and that's always welcome in my eyes.
Yeah, well, and obviously the real thing is gonna turn out way better than the renders always. So can't wait to see what that looks like.
Yeah,
person.
For sure. Pricing and availability coming soon, so we don't have any idea on the price yet. If we had to ballpark some prices, what do you guys think this is going to be?
I think he said it before, right? On his interest check on Reddit.
Really?
250 to 300, I think he said.
That sounds about on par though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
250 to 300.
until we know what that price includes, the price also doesn't really matter.
Probably case plate PCB.
Yeah.
Based on how
definitely.
Dave has, structured everything in the past.
If it is those three things at 250, it's pretty good.
It's a big keyboard.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I would say $300 would make more sense. That's more in line to compete directly with the ZZ96. But if you were able to get it down to 250, that'd be pretty crazy.
Wait, but did he mention that in US dollars or Canadian? Because on his site, everything
always
is
Canadian.
Yeah. So
Oh, man.
300 to
Yeah.
250 Canadian.
Okay, so that price range is good regardless then, because that's much cheaper.
Yeah, no, Dave. I mean, Dave works a lot with China, and that helps bring prices down always.
Definitely. All right, definitely looking forward to see where that goes.
So
I'm excited.
This last one is what I'm most excited about this week. The Intercheck for the CA66. This was already run once in China. Oh, yes, please. It was inspired by the IBM PC Junior. Please, I want one.
Oh, I saw this. I saw this on Reddit.
Yeah.
And these layouts and stuff, it's a little funky, but it's still gorgeous.
This is gorgeous board. Oh my goodness! And you have the little thing on the top if you want to put a pen on top of your keys.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Right.
And the brass too, the RGB. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, USB-C for if you're really ready to go into the future.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of the side-mounted USB port, though.
I'm willing to make that compromise. I don't like it either.
I like the side.
The only reason I don't like it is because it's on that side. My USB hub is on the other side of my desk.
Yeah, see, I prefer a little bit more symmetry there. I'd prefer this to be like a center mount. But that's just me. That wouldn't stop me from getting this. But
you do prefer center mount in the back? You don't like it on one of the sides either?
If it's going to be something where I'm not going to be able to find additional PCBs, I'd much rather have a center mount. But if it's like a drop-in, like 60% case, where I'm going to be switching plates around a lot, I'd rather have the standard left mount. But this isn't a standard 60%, obviously. So I'd much prefer a symmetrical center mount there.
Well, pretty soon everything's going to be wireless.
And you know what? They're working. It's TMK, but they're working on a TMK online GUI. They're working on translating it. It's already existing for China people. But they're going to be translating it for people like Brian and I who, really dread, proper coding and things like that, and we just want to click and drag stuff and be done.
Yep.
Oh man, I really want this, guys. Like, this is.
It's a good looking board.
Yeah.
And it's cool that he has a little wall in the back that pops up too.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't noticed that until
Original,
I clicked on that.
a lot of older IBM boards like the Model FXT had that as well.
Really?
Yeah. It's, so they really stuck with the look, and definitely, in my opinion, this is like one of the best ways to have modernized it.
Yep. Looks fan-freaking-tastic.
Sure, Pudsey, hunt one down for me. Make me poor, or I'll wait for you to reply. Let's move on to our other news category, where we talk about things that aren't keyboards or key sets, and starting off at mechanicalkeyboards.co.id, which is, I believe, Indian? I'm not sure. But there's these new Greetech, which is the GTO2 SMD RGB switches. So I guess the Greetech is working on possibly some new things. Go for that new green tactile click switch.
Just call them clickies.
The prices are in Indian rupees, so you were right about that.
Oh my god.
I don't know the conversion off the top of my head either, so I don't know exactly how much these are.
A few cents. If they're probably I don't know. They're cheap, but I mean,
not even a guess.
it's Greetech.
I like the milky like housings for RGB. They'll probably use that stuff pretty well.
So okay, here's the thing though. These might have some different housings, but they're still just cherry clones. Like you have your normal red, you have your normal green, your normal tactile brown and clicky blue, and you have your black linear there too. There's nothing really like new here.
No.
Which is kind of a letdown, because with Kale coming out like just beating everyone up lately with so many different things. Keyword different. Doesn't even have to be better always. It's just different, and different can be refreshing, which is often good enough. And it's just like, why just make more of the same? You know?
So I don't know the price conversion, but it is on their site a fifth of the price of a Cherry MX plate mount switch.
I'm gonna do the conversion right now.
26 cents according to Donutcables.
Oh.
Okay.
Thanks, Donut.
I mean, it's probably not that easy to innovate too, you know? You always got to think about that. Like, you're pretty much recreating the wheel, you know?
Too bad it's not PCB mount. Let's move on, though, to something I think it's really good. Everyone should check out. This is a charity currently being run by Cosmetos, working together with Dixie Mech, Key.io, Prime Caps, Rama, Space Cat Design, Zap Cables, ZLPC, Clack for Alzheimer's. And a lot of people all across the world have known people or have someone close to them who has suffered from Alzheimer's, which is one of the worst diseases anyone could possibly get, because it robs you more of your life, it robs you of your memories. And I think this is a really cool thing that people should support if they could. It's going to be a charity raffle.
Good for
it's
them.
going to be coming out soon, so you all should check it out. You know, keep hopefully pay attention. Hopefully, I can't wait to see how this charity raffle turns out, because I think it's a great cause to fight against.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be launching on October 22nd, so we will definitely make sure to cover that on the closest Top Clack for that.
Yes,
it's good to see the community come together and help people, especially like when Hurricane Harvey came through and stuff. Everyone was helping. It's nice seeing that.
Yeah, definitely. Next is Ilza on Vortex on their Facebook page posted a picture of their logo, but with MiTo's logo superimposed over the O of Vortex, possibly teasing that there may be a MiTo Vortex collab. Thoughts?
I think there's probably only one way this will go, and it's pretty obvious. MiTo designs key sets. Doesn't really do anything else.
You never know.
Vortex designs keyboards. Not really anything else. So if I had to guess, this is going to be a similar collaboration that we've recently seen with WASD keyboards and Originative, where Originative supplies a GMK keyset and WASD supplies a keyboard. Bam, put them together, sell them. It's a new keyboard, kind of.
Yeah, it's probably going to be.
So here we're probably going to see some Vortex keyboards like the popular Poker, new Poker 2, Poker 3, probably with a MiTo designed keyset. That's probably what's going to happen. So if that's interesting to you, cool. If
Still
not,
good.
eh.
Collaborations are always good. People bring strengths and weaknesses together.
For sure.
Brian, what's this ChAlps update? Apparently,
right, so
this person's not dead.
Yeah, so this update happened like literally right before the show, so I didn't really get a ton of time to go over it. But the long story short is, a while back we covered an interest check for ChAlps, which is what we're talking about here. And we were kind of unsure at first what exactly it was going to be, but it's effectively an Alps switch with a Cherry MX compatible stem, so you can get that Alps feel with Cherry MX keycap compatibility, because that's a really big thing for people, and that's why most people don't move away from Cherry MX design, because keycaps.
People don't really know about Alps, and Alps are incredible switches.
Yeah, so we were unsure last time. We thought it might be something like a drop-in like stem or like or a leaf or something, but he had clarified a little bit about this and says that it is not a drop-in tactile leaf or an existing Cherry switch. It is a completely separate switch that retains all the good properties of a Cherry MX switch while having the nice Alps tactility. So this is specifically a tactile switch, and hopefully it'll feel like it'll have that Alps tactility. He doesn't say like what it's going to feel like, so maybe it could feel like an orange, maybe it could feel like a salmon or a brown or a neon green.
Like a dampened white.
Yeah, so dampened cream or something. Like it's hard to say right now. It's still kind of early. But yeah, he's not looking for any funding yet. He's going to try to do this as much as he can on his own, it seems like. Based on the survey results, it will likely appear in 62 gram, 68 gram, 72 gram, and 78 gram springs. So he's covering that whole kind of medium range of switch weights, which is good. It's a pretty good range.
I wish I had a better camera so I can see what's happening with the leaf here, because he did post pictures of the prototype too, and I'm trying to look at it at least, but it's too blurry for me to see what's going on with that leaf, which is what he's trying to show off.
Yeah, this is clearly a camera phone pic, which is, while I totally feel you, because I don't have a nice camera. It's kind of something that's hard to work with here. Like when you're showing off something as important as a new leaf, you kind of have to be able to show it off.
No, is this his focus is off? The camera quality is probably fine, actually. His focus is off and his lighting is poor. Like, as you learn, remember? When you have great lighting, suddenly your picture becomes like a million times better.
Yeah.
I know a guy that takes pictures like that. Always like totally out of focus.
Yeah, so he has some sample pics there, however okay the quality might be. He has a little short video of him pressing it too. It's cool. I hope that it goes well, because I'd definitely like to try that. At the end of the day, this is still effectively a new Cherry MX switch, because it's using the MX. It's kind of using the MX form factor. You got the MX stem, probably using MX style springs.
Poor guy, man. To make like mass produce these, I wonder if he's gonna have to open every single switch and like do them all on his own.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hell.
Seems a little early to tell. Maybe he'll go through a vendor or something. But it's cool nonetheless.
Yes.
I'd like to see where this goes, and maybe if we're lucky, we can get some samples in for Top Clack, and we can kind of cover them a little bit better, and maybe do a little write up.
Yeah, we
see how they are.
Like that.
That'd be cool.
Like that.
That'd be cool.
So next up in our other news category is Massdrop is doing a Keyset design contest where they're doing like 4 stages, 4 groups, move on to finalists, determine a winner. I've seen a lot of these, and I don't want to be mean, but I'm going to, because I always come out this way. Most of them are kind of bad. And these are apparently the ones they didn't reject, which makes me like wonder what actually ended up being submitted overall. I've heard from some insiders that like you didn't want to see the ones that they rejected. But I mean, there are some. I say that, but there are some that are still okay, some decent.
I mean, there are like 80 finalists here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's no way all of them are going to be good. That's not how this works.
Mm-hmm. It was an open submission, anyways. But I think the key thing is, at least the most important thing is, they're trying to promote community involvement and interaction for better or worse. So I guess this is definitely a way to get people talking about keyboards, people thinking about keyboards, about key sets. Because for a lot of people who just get a mechanical keyboard don't get a key set. At least not until they truly get into the hobby, because they're usually buying a key set as expensive as their first mechanical keyboard, if not more expensive. But really, if you guys want to support one of these, support Vectors.
Where's which group?
If there are obviously do the contest the right way. If there are things you like better, do what you got to do. But if you're not going to support anything anyways, consider supporting Vector.
Because Vector is a great guy. He used to be a Top Clack host until he decided to finish up his PhD. Best of luck, Vector. Whenever you watch this VOD, go study. Because if you're watching this VOD, you're not studying.
He's not drinking with his boss until 2 a.m. when he has to get up 4 hours later.
I'm going Asian on him. Go study, Vector.
Anyways, he is part of Group D, so you can go vote for him there. He is doing the GMK dip, which he teased a long time ago. It's a design he's kind of had in the works and probably on the back burner for quite some time now.
Yes. So let's move on to a group buy is just starting during the show. I'll actually post the link because I have the link. Our good friend Donutcat, who runs Donutcables, is doing a group buy for the metal braided cables that I've had for like 6 months now and absolutely love. He was so kind enough to give out 3 of them for the 1-year anniversary. I'll show mine off on screen. So it's metal braided, very nice. I do have a kind of a one-off where I do have the clear shrink wrap, but the ones that he'll be running will be black. It'll be coming in 3 different colors: a brass, a copper, and a silver color.
So it looks like the silver is stainless steel. The brass, I'm going to assume, is the gold, and the copper will be bronze.
Yes. I believe there's limited to 50 units, a maximum of 50 units. He did say this started just now, basically. So anyone who's watching Top Clack live, you guys all get a head start if you want to be one of the 50 lucky few who can get a cable. Because I've talked to him a lot. These stainless steel cables and brass and copper cables are a bit difficult for him to make. And that's why for his first group buy for these, he's keeping them very limited to only 50.
So all of you guys get effectively first dibs here.
Yeah, first dibs,
which is pretty important when the quantity is only like 50.
Yeah.
So
IMO
definitely
silver is where it's at, IMO, but I know a lot of people like that brass color, like that copper color, especially the EDC fans, the everyday carry guys. They love copper and brass.
Everyone should just go in and order one that's watching right now. Let's make him not be able to post this on Reddit because all spots are already taken due to Top Clack. That would make me so happy.
Yeah, it would make me so happy too. So if you're interested in a custom cable, you should all consider. The reason I think it's the best way to go is nowadays, getting a braided, cable is a dime a dozen. There's 20 vendors you can get a braided cable from, whether they're community members or from like an actual storefront that isn't even keyboard related. But as enthusiasts, we always want to go to the next level. And the way I see it is, everyone who goes to the next level for customs goes from their plastic case for their first mechanical keyboard, right? Whether it's a Razer Black Widow or the Poker 2 or some plastic board, and they get their first aluminum case, and that for them that's the jump. This is the jump for cables. You have a metal cable now. This is the jump, guys. If you wanna...
price actually not as bad as I was expecting. It's only a few bucks more than you'd expect from like a normal custom cable.
Mm-hmm.
Now
So,
the question
19
is,
bucks.
would he be willing to make a USB-C cable?
He is. He's
'Cause I'd
working
get
on
one.
that. I've talked to him. It's something in the pipeline. He will have more details on that as it becomes
Okay.
available. I have been talking to him about that. But yes, it is something. It is in the works. No further information other than he is definitely working on it. It's
Perfect.
a thing that's happening.
Good.
Awesome. So everyone go buy one of those. Well, but buy all except for one because I want one too.
Perfect, Donut.
Fantastic. Good stuff.
A to C.
All right. And that is going to wrap up our news topics today. We are also going to move into a Q&A.
Well, before the Q&A, actually, I'm suffering a little bit, Brian. You know what I'm suffering from?
Fever.
Is it scurvy? I have an idea. It might be scurvy.
I am suffering from scurvy. So right now, I have a lime. I harvested 40 pounds of lime the other weekend, so I'm going to cut this lime for everyone. And there's a reason I'm going to be cutting this lime. It's because I don't want to suffer from scurvy. If you guys don't know about scurvy, it's a disease people can get when you're on the high seas as you're a pirate all the time.
Yarr.
I feel like I'm suffering from scurvy, so I'm going to cut some lime. I'm going to just... fresh from
He
my
needs to
backyard.
cure this.
Very
He needs
delicious.
to cure the scurvy. All right.
But you know what?
Going hard on the lime.
Scurvy is a feeling we can all suffer from. You know, it's not just a physical thing. I feel like there's, in a way, keyboard scurvy as well. And Brian, what's one of the best ways to avoid keyboard scurvy?
Well, I think the lime is probably a good way to go. And if you're not familiar with SA lime coming through via Input Club, maybe you should be aware.
Mm-hmm. So, our friends at Input Club are
I can't believe you
sponsoring.
just ate the lime.
Where's the Corona?
I think you need more than that at this point.
Yeah, so our sponsor at Input Club is of course one of our sponsors for Top Clack, who is running SA Lime, and I do believe that they are going to be doing a giveaway for for a white fox with a set of SA Lime. So if you have keyboard scurvy and you're thinking, I need a keyboard to help this scurvy feeling, you know, I need some lime in me, gotta get that citrus in you, then this is gonna be one of the best ways to do it. If you're interested in SA Lime, you should check it out on their Kono store. If Brian, if you wanna throw up the link, which is going on right now.
Yes. Let me get that real quick.
I think they wanted us to do this giveaway via RN Jesus, I believe.
Oh, really?
I believe
Wow.
so.
RNG for a white fox with SA lime?
Let's see what our Input Club members watching right now. Yes, they said yes. They want
Okay.
RNG. So, are you interested in curing your keyboard scurvy and getting a white fox with a set of SA Lime? If you are, type scurvy in chat.
How do you spell that?
Yeah, in before nobody could spell scurvy. That's fantastic. All right, you don't need to spell it correctly. Just get close. Anyways, Max Key's Lime via Input Club, designed by King Nesty over in I believe he's in China. Awesome SA set. This is actually one of my favorite colorways that I've seen on SA. Like, it's simple, but that green is like really, really nice. You don't really see too many awesome green key sets around. You can join the group buy for $99, so pretty darn reasonable, especially with the compatibility that you get, and hopefully the fixed legends. That should be a thing.
Yeah, didn't J-Chan work on that? Is this SA or Max? Oh, Maxi, yeah. I think J-Chan was one of the original people to work on the current, the kerneling issues, And this has him fixed.
Yes, originally this spy was through J-Chan, but he's been really busy with a lot of
Yeah,
personal and real life stuff. So he did hand it over to Input Club and to their Kono store, so they can run to make sure people will be able to work on SA line, which is great. So it looks like we have a lot of people entered. We have 47 people entered. I'm gonna give everyone a few more moments. 48 people, a few more moments to enter if you're interested in winning SA lime set with White Fox. Note that these are still in the group buy phase, so you will have to wait for it to arrive. But when they are ready to ship out, you won't have to pay a single cent.
I really like the novelties on this set. Like the little margarita. It's so awesome. I really do like this set though. I kind of want to get one of these.
I should brush my teeth after this. My poor enamel.
I was about to say, how does your tongue feel?
My tongue feels fine because actually growing up, I actually used to eat lemons growing up. Like this wasn't like a difficult or completely odd thing for me.
It's a man of many talents.
Pixie says Skyrim.
Okay, let's go. We got 50 people in. Let go. Okay. 9, 7, 5, 3, 1. Roll. Congratulations, Cylindus.
Hey.
Silliness.
Did I win?
No, it's not you, unfortunately.
I didn't even enter.
Maybe I should have entered.
Silliness, you should PM us on our Discord channel, which Brian will also hopefully link very soon. And we will get you in contact with Input Club to make sure they have your information to let you know when your White Fox and set is ready to ship. If you're interested in talking to us about Top Clack stuff, that is the link to our Top Clack Discord channel, where we talk about stuff every now and then.
Yes. Where I try to be as active as I can be.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And hey, if you didn't win, like most other people here, make sure you check out the Max Keys Lime group buy going on right now on Kono. I'll link that one more time. That's actually a very fair price for what this entails for a beautiful set.
So
done by great people.
You know what these are, Ryan? These are normal boring keys. You know what you should do about normal boring keys? You should upgrade your normal boring keys. You should get some novel keys.
That is so weak, man.
I know.
Mike is gonna be upset.
I know. Mike's like, what am I partnering you guys for?
It so fits in with how cheesy we are, though.
Yeah, but we are also sponsored by Novel Keys, who is one of Top Clack's premier partners. They have a lot of switches. They have probably the biggest selection of switches any vendor has right now, including a lot of exclusive switches like the box Pale Blues that Brian absolutely loves, some Kale Pro switches, as well as some Otomu Ice, which he has from which are new to the community with the polycarb housings.
And that giant switch too, right?
And he's working on the giant switch.
Yeah,
that is work in progress. I believe Top Clack.
Crazy.
Top Clack will be receiving one for us to try out, find uses for. Probably something stream related.
It is a working switch.
It's a working switch. Yes, both pins work. It's a giant leaf.
Where do you print that out?
How much lube would you need, Brian?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to find out. I need a linear one and I need to lube it. That needs to happen. That's gonna be a video or a stream or something. It's gonna be hilarious. All right. So yes, make sure you go check out Novel Keys for all your switch needs. Lots and lots of variety. And if you go soon and you use the promo code Quakums sent me, all one word, you get 5% off your total order. So good stuff. And also, on a side note, Mike of Novel Keys, probably one of the most attractive men I've ever met in my life. I talked to him quite a bit at the Seattle meetup. He's pretty dreamy, if I do say so myself.
The beard.
Yeah, he's got like the perfect amount of facial hair, and I'm just like, I want to cover mine up because it looks so worse.
I'm embarrassed.
But those are our sponsor spots for this show. If you're ever interested in Top Clack sponsorship, there's a contact link on our website. Otherwise, we're going to be starting our Q&A. In case anyone has any questions, feel free to shoot them down below. While I also spam some other Top Clack links. But while we wait for the questions to tumble in, Kuba, now that we have you here, we have to ask you the one and only Top Clack question we have to ask everyone.
Okay. This is really important, so you do need to think about this.
Okay.
Okay, continue.
42.
Do you prefer waffles or pancakes?
That's a very easy one. Waffles.
What's it like to be wrong? Does it like what does it actually feel like to be wrong? I don't know what being wrong is. So.
Waffle House blueberry waffle. That's how I got through college. Going to Waffle House.
All right. What state are you in?
Florida. It's like a million Waffle Houses here.
Yeah. Waffle and fried chicken.
I was about to say, being in the more southern region, are you pretty familiar with chicken and waffles?
Oh my god, dude! I went to school in Tallahassee, Florida State University. There's like a million chicken places to go, and especially when you go out and drink, it's like tempting to just go there. They get you with like the pizza and the Waffle House.
Yeah, chicken and waffles is drinking food.
It gets you, yeah. I know they got me. So you guys are pancakes.
Oh yeah, we are
team pancakes.
Solidly team pancakes.
All right.
So Brian, bust out the questions. What are people asking us?
TechFresh asks Kuba, what is the name of your next board project? Please say Diamond.
You know, I don't like the names where you include like a number, like a form factor of the board right after, kind of like a JD40, you know, for example. I like to give my boards a unique name based on what I think about them. The diamond is kind of like a logo to show off that the board is like a nice premium board. I don't know if you guys can see the diamond. So I wouldn't really be naming my board after my logo. But if you guys have suggestions, you know, give me names for some 60% and
personally, yeah. I'm gonna say I think you should fit in with like the stone theme that you've already kind of started with the pearl, especially because of your logo. I think it's kind of odd to launch something called the pearl, logo it with a diamond, and not explain anything.
so the trademark, the logo is totally different than the name of the product, you know? Like Razer is 3 snakes, but then you call their thing a Black Widow. You get what I'm saying?
That's true. They do have a lot of snake products though. The Mamba and
you are right.
They do have a lot of snake themed products.
But I think that the logo is not really it's not the name of the board. God, these people are asking so many funny questions.
Don't worry, Brian will get to them. Brian's the pro.
Actually, I skipped a couple, so I'm gonna go back a little bit. Megaforce asks us, how much do I have to pay to be a premium sponsor of Top Clack? I imagine for you, Megaforce, at least 500,000 a day. 500,000 US dollars a day.
Yeah.
For you. Ashing Fire asks, do they have Telios? I think they are referring to when we were talking about novel keys. They do not currently have Telios. Telios are right now very exclusive to Zeal, who designed and brought it. And do they stock Telios right now?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, for 85 cents Switch.
I knew they stocked Telios, so that's okay. So either that or KBDfans. Maybe they're coming to novel keys in the future. Maybe not. Have to wait and see. 806 4R7 asks, anyone have an update from Krelbit about the TGR Jane 27 polycarb plates? No, I have no idea. Avid User 2 asks a question to Top Clack. GMK X Clips starts tomorrow. Some talk about it. Do you have a link for that?
We'll talk about it next week. If it's starting tomorrow, it'll make it on time for our next week episode.
Yeah, I haven't even seen anything about that. So, but yeah, we'd like to talk about that next time. Dixie Mech says, "Does anyone want to see a future project that'll be on Dixie Mech?" Yeah, of course.
Why not?
Let's see it.
Sure. Link it. Link that ish in chat, yo.
I bet I know what it is, but I'm not saying anything.
I know what it is as well because he PM'd me during the show. But
Oh, you do?
I didn't address it because
That's cheating.
I wanted to stay true to the show. LOL Shecky asks, "What's Kuba's favorite key sets?"
Oh. I'd have to say ComDefs. SA ComDefs. That's just a beautiful key set. Also, people are gonna hate me for this. GMK Skeletor.
No, I don't think people would hate you. It's a very split set because it's so very loud set, right? The colors are there.
I love like the loud, and then you can add some crazy like unicorn mods to it and stuff like that. Just make it pretty cool. But I've heard, I mean, people are saying Skeletor isn't that bad, but I've met a lot of people saying no, too loud, but I really like it.
Yeah. Fictious asks, "What are our thoughts on rogue startup artist GAF?" I still don't know who that is.
If it's an artisan thing, then I mean, I don't really follow the news for artisan people.
I feel like there's supposed to be like some kind of drama. Like I feel like someone brought this up last week or something.
I think they did.
Was some kind of drama revolving it. I haven't seen anything on it though.
Yeah.
No one's given me anything on that.
Guys, just want to say, SA Miami is incredibly loud. It's sometimes when I take a picture of it, the camera can't even capture it.
Yeah, your webcam is already having a lot of trouble capturing it.
Yeah, people are saying it's loud. When you shine light on it too, wow! It really it's bluer than my cyan pearl. Just imagine that. It's a beautiful key set too. I think Dave's selling them. He's got a few.
Very cool.
Favorite.
Melodet asks, he asked, "Purple Clipe showed up and it was a little more magenta than I was expecting. What keycap set would you guys recommend?" Oh man, that's tough. A little bit more magenta.
GMK magenta. No.
Hana DSA.
Hana DSA.
One of my favorite DSA sets. I really like the purple on that one.
GMK 9009 because it's a very neutral set that can work with almost any color case.
Yeah, you can always just go really neutral on the key set and just have the case shine. You don't always have to match a key set with it, per se. With that said, you could. Maybe Hyperfuse?
Depending on what kind of the shade of magenta.
Yeah, it's really tough for a colorblind person like myself to answer this too.
You're colorblind?
Partially.
No way.
Yeah. Here's a good question for Huey by HHKB for Life. Orange Alps versus Halo Clears. He's got to do a live comparison right now.
It's hard to also compare because they're two very separate boards. If anyone's watched like my reviews, they know I look at a keyboard and its parts as like the sum of its parts. Because like how a switch is mounted, what it's mounted on, the case it's in, changes the experience. But as the experience of the Orange Alps in the stainless steel, Halo Clears in the X60, gonna probably have to choose, in terms of just feel and going by nothing else, the Orange Alps.
I like that answer.
But that might change because Brian's convinced me I should do a Holy Panda mod like ASAP, which I might do later tonight, to be decided, depending on if I'm still awake, because I've only had 2 hours of sleep.
So everyone harass Huey to stream that tonight so we can chill and have a good time. Or so I can chill and have a good time and Huey can suffer. Ashing Fire says, "Can we see some of Kuba's custom keyboards?" Maybe he wasn't here earlier when you were showing off some pearls and stuff.
Oh, so most of my custom keyboards are stored away, but I do have. So first off, I've got Mac Mini 2, the prototype. Dave sent me it. I'm a 40% kind of guy. Like I said earlier, I usually try to stick with these. Got my beautiful JD45 with J Chan's Max Keyset. Put some feet on it. And I've got just all my pearls.
Yeah. Man, so you are just all about that 40% life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love them. I honestly, I don't mean to have so many. You know, I try to sell them off whenever I can. I sold my silver JD45 recently.
I never mean to have too many people, but it just happens.
What a sentence in this community.
I really try not to.
Right. Awesome. Yeah, so you got pearls. That's all you need to. That's all you need to see. Ashing Fire. That's all you need. Avid User 2 asks, "Did you guys buy the 60% case from KBDfans?" I imagine he's referencing the 5-degree one. I did buy one, and I believe Huey did too. So yes, both of us have gotten one, and potentially in the future we're going to try to get one to give away on the show.
Yes.
If you don't look out for that, that's probably going to be a little bit later though. But yeah, I got a dark blue, which is really out of character for me.
That is out of character for you.
I realized I looked through my key sets and I realized I have GMK Hydro that's just like sitting in a bag and I haven't used it on a board in forever. So I wanted to find something to go with the Hydro, and I'm hoping the dark blue is like close enough to look good. What about you, Huey?
I went with the dark gray because I don't have a dark gray 60%.
That's a good reason. The gray is probably the best looking color out of that bunch, anyways.
What colors do they offer? They
offer a lot.
Silver, dark gray, purple, cyan, dark
orange,
blue,
red.
Orange, red. Those are all the colors. And black.
Okay. It's not bad.
Yeah. Those...
All right. Dixie Max asked a really good question for Kuba. Favorite Southern grandma dish?
I already said fried gator tail.
Fried gator tail?
Boys. You've never had fried gator tail?
I've never had fried gator tail.
You haven't lived.
I guess I'm coming down to Florida or something.
Yeah, that's...
Sweet tea.
I've never had it either.
I've never had... No, I guess I have had gator in some capacity. I've had gator jerky before.
Oh.
But never in any other way.
You gotta wrestle the gator first. Live.
I might be able to be talked into that. But
Don't worry, we'll get you some beers first.
I need a lot of beers. I need a lot of alcohol to wrestle this damn Peter. Deadline asks, anyone ever had half a column go out? No row issues, but my key maps are all messed up. I have, but I've always been able to fix it. It's often just like you bridged a pad on the PCB somewhere. Like you bridged two things you shouldn't have on the PCB somewhere. Every time it's happened to me, that's been the case, like 100% of the time.
I mean, boards go out too. You know. Happens.
Yeah, but usually not beyond like being able to fix them.
Yeah.
Because like even you can like make your own traces with solder if you're good enough. Like you can redo SMD stuff and reflow things. Like it's pretty tough to mess up a PCB beyond fixing it, beyond being able to repair it.
Tell that to a lot of the people asking on Reddit. Help.
Yeah. With that said, it's really, really hard to walk someone through fixing a PCB.
Oh yeah.
When you're like over just like text. Like not being there in person makes it so freaking hard.
Especially when they're usually not good at soldering to begin with.
Yes. Which is easy to do. Soldering's not hard.
Oh yeah, soldering.
I want to say it's not hard.
Yeah. It's yeah. I still don't know why people pay me to solder keyboards for that.
But hey, if you need someone to solder keyboards for you, Brian does it occasionally when he has time, when he has it available.
Yeah, I have not had that much time, and in true Top Clack fashion, when I don't have time, I get more orders to work on boards for people, and I can't right now. Can't. Just don't have the time. I will send you to someone else reputable if
like
you ask me. Basically. Yeah, like Fictious, like Nice and Creamy, both good options.
Or YouTube.
Yeah, or like a $15 soldering kit.
How to?
Watch live as Top Clack loses their Input Club sponsorship. What did we do? What did we do this time?
Oh, when I said Orange Alps over Halos, I think.
Oh wow! I'm actually a lot farther behind in chat than I.
You're very behind in chat.
Okay, Tech Fresh asks a pretty good question to me. When can we expect more videos from you instead of guides, especially for things like lubing techniques? That's something we're working on right now. I do not have a camera. I use the camera on my phone.
We are working on it.
It's not that great.
Top Clack is slowly obtaining funds to make things like that happen. Like one of the next things we're working on is getting better webcams, 4K webcams possibly.
Yeah, so nothing really out of the question at the moment, but it's gonna be a little time before we can afford to do something like that.
Tech Fresh is a cool guy. I've talked to him on Reddit a couple times. So what's up, man? Also, does Twitch stream 4K?
Can, but the key thing is I just want as much bit information going through and everywhere as possible. So even if it's downscaled to 1080p,
it'll still better.
It'll still look better.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a really good question, especially because I've had a lot of people ask me for that. I do have an article on my lubing technique and my thought process behind it. But obviously, a video would be a little bit better, and that's something I do plan to work on in the future. Baby Feet asks after party, kind of referring to a potential build stream.
Hell yeah!
It all depends on how Huey is feeling after the show.
We'll see. TBD. I still think eat dinner first, or eat dinner while I solder. It's only solder fumes with food.
Yeah, if it happens, we will make a post about it on Reddit. If it happens,
and on our Discord.
And in our Discord, yes.
You more limes?
No.
I do have a question for you guys.
Sure.
Where did you get the Top Clack keyboard logo?
That was designed by our good friend and community member, Outraged Pudding. He is probably the premier artist for commission in the community. So if you have any artwork that you need commissioned, either original or an updated of a design, he's the guy to go to. He's a wonderful individual. He's helped us with our new overlay, all of our media on our website stuff, our new logo. So he is a A+ individual who we would both highly recommend in case you or anyone has any commissions they'd like for art stuff. Like my first commission was I commissioned the flag behind me. It's the California state flag, but with a keyboard. And on the keyboard, the keycaps make the California bear. And then the California star is a switch, a red switch. It's going to be.
Who printed the flag for you?
I had it printed locally, but I had Outrage Pudding do this whole design for me.
Yeah.
I got it printed locally. So if anyone goes to the NorCal meetup in November 11th, they'll see it in person. You can take pictures with it if you want.
It's pretty cool.
Coco Pa earlier says, "I'd rather see Brian wrestle another pie." Not happening. I don't even like pie. I don't like most sweet things. So like that pie was a lot more of a challenge for me than most people realize. Avenues 2 asks, "Are you guys buying 9009? I know you have one set, Quake, but getting a second." Nah, I'll just keep the one I have.
If I get enough money in time, I might.
If I were gonna buy another set of 9009, I'd rather just buy another set of Muted because it's different. I don't like owning more than one of the same exact thing.
Same.
But if I didn't have 9009, I would be getting in on that group buy for it.
There's a lot of good group buys going on.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
It helps us with the news every week.
Yeah, the community's growing so fast, man. Oh my
It's
god.
good. I mean, you see a lot of new like ideas and stuff. I think that's always good.
Bug Whisperer asks, "What do we think of the Duck Trooper? What is the Duck Trooper?"
Oh, I saw it. It was on Instagram. Duck posted on his Instagram the other day. It's a Duck custom with a low profile case and has blockers. It has
What?
blockers, but it's a low profile case.
Let's see.
I'd
Here,
I'd like
he
to
just posted
see it.
the Instagram on the most recent.
Whoa! And it looks like it's got those lights too on
Don't
the
like
blocker.
it. I don't like it.
That is funky. Yeah, I'm gonna.
No.
I don't like it either. The blockers look so funky. What, like high profile blockers on a low profile case? That's a little strange.
No. Just no.
Yeah, I'll take a pass on that as well.
It's kind of cool.
It's different though.
It's
Very
different. Different? That's fine. But
Someone says chat's moving at 9,000 RPM. I know, and I'm trying to keep up and filter questions while I do that. TechFresh, sponsor me for Brian's camera. What?
When you said you need a 4K camera.
Yeah, what is?
or I think you made the camera to show, for like, lubing demonstration, like for you to film you like lubing guide and the sorts.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's all stuff that can come in time. There are multiple ways you can support Top Clack, and like all of them will get closer to just having better content.
Yes. Whether it's Patreon or if you have Amazon Prime and you want to use your Twitch Prime subscription for us, or to subscribe to us on Twitch normally.
Yep. Or buy a Top Clack shirt.
Top Clack
That's also
T-shirts.
helpful.
Yeah. And you can rep Top Clack IRL, which we'll have shirts soon to give away. Not sure when soon, but probably 2 weeks from now, 2 episodes from now.
Soon trademark.
Yeah, exactly. Soon TM. Avid user 2 says, after party, what possible boards is it?
I would be desoldering a Duck Viper that has Panda switches, desoldering an X60 that has Halo clears, using that combination to make Holy Pandas, and then resoldering those Holy Pandas into the X60, and then soldering 62-gram lubed Ergo clears into the Duck Viper.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huey, I'm trying to convince Huey to join on the Holy Panda life because
I'm gonna
glorious.
do it. I'm gonna do it at some point. It's just I don't know if tonight will be that point.
Huey is clearly losing steam already. So this...
Well, I didn't have dinner. We'll see how. Let's see how I feel as I eat.
Any predictions? There's a question by Cursor TN. Any predictions on how many sets 9009 will sell?
287.
362.
Damn. That's a lot. What's it at right now?
MOQ plus change.
Which is
150.
150.
Oh.
150 plus.
I mean, it did make it in a day. I mean, it probably can get way higher than what I said.
Yeah, and they set up a lot of proxies too.
Yeah.
I say over 9,000.
Ha!
That would be amazing for them.
Over 9,009.
Wow. The references are just all over the place. Mago Jesus asks, Wendy's or Taco Bell?
So if you're in chat, that's a reference on our Discord channel. The other day I was driving for work, and I had to go pick up a permit at a local jurisdiction's permitting the building department, and they were closed for lunch. So I decided I'm going to have lunch too. And the only walking distance things was a Wendy's and a Taco Bell. And I asked chat, and everyone was like, Taco Bell! And I went to Taco Bell. I don't really have a preference really between them two, because most fast food to me is the same, except for In-N-Out.
Yeah.
How did you feel after the Taco Bell though?
Full?
How did you feel 8 hours after the Taco Bell?
Too many chalupas.
Fine. I don't know. My stomach holds up to fast food just fine.
I'm more of a Wendy's guy if I have to choose. I definitely prefer Wendy's
sure.
over Taco Bell.
Those odd
Yo,
square patties.
I'm cool with it. Like junior bacon cheeseburgers, crispy chicken
Those are
BLT
good.
from Wendy's are both really good value. You know how I feel about value, guys. Come on. There are a couple other things I wanted to get to. I just need to find them again. Ashing Fire says, been working on a custom keyboard for myself with Exclusive and another designer. Let me know what you think. And he links an Imgur album that is broken, so I can't see it.
Well,
So,
we think you should fix the Imgur album. That's the first step for that keyboard.
My first thought. Yeah.
Whatever happened to that Dixie's project? That link.
That turned out to be Grade DSA. So you remember the SA grade set a while back that launched on Pit My Keyboard?
Yeah,
the
I
one with
that.
the
So
best
it's-
Ookster.
Yeah, it's that, but in DSA format instead.
I always get that mixed up with the Heine Bush's Granite.
8064 R7 says, I need some Top Clack shirt modeled on fat bodies. Dem models were too shaving. I totally agree. They looked fantastic.
No, actually,
you know what?
So Brian's gonna be the first one to get Top Clack shirts, and I told him like he's going to wear one, and we're gonna post that picture as one of the official pictures on the Kono store, which will be great because unless you actually met
fantastic.
Brian in real life, you don't know how big or small he is. So you'll actually have no reference unless he's holding or near like normal sized things.
I am not a small person. For those that aren't aware, I am 6'4" or like 193 centimeters, and I probably weigh over 300 pounds right now. So like I am not a tiny guy. So you will see it modeled on a very non-fit person. Don't worry.
We want to see you flex until it just rips in half.
Well, it's weird because like most people don't guess how much I weigh. They think I weigh like 240 or something, and I'm like,
Little do you know.
no.
Wait till you see what's under the camera.
I actually like quick backstory. I used to be a really active martial artist. I was in really good shape. I was lean. I was cut. I was doing great. I fought at like 205, and that was when I was much younger. I stopped when I was about 19. So and I've gained about 100 pounds since then. But when I gained the weight, I gained it like all really evenly. So like I'm just like big, not really like super fat, just like big.
Nothing wrong with that.
Huey's seen me a couple times IRL. He could probably attest
And
to
if
that.
you want to see Brian IRL, you can come to the NorCal meetup where Brian will be there.
Exactly.
When is that going to be?
November 11th in it's going to be at the Nest headquarters in the Bay Area.
Cool.
Yeah, we have 3 food trucks there. There will be a waffles and chicken food truck, a Korean barbecue food truck, and a Mexican food truck.
Yo, food trucks come to my apartment complex every Thursday.
That's nice.
There's so much good food. Basically your chicken and waffles thing. You just pour it's good. Really good.
HHKB for Life asks, what spring rate are you using in your Holy Pandas, Huey?
Stock.
That's what I did too. I like it. TechFresh asks, Jetfire too much or just right? What's the Jetfire?
Sounds
That's
familiar.
a duck board. Pretty sure it's a duck product.
This is the one we just covered that we said no on?
That was the Trooper.
That's the Trooper, I don't know.
I don't know what the Jetfire is. Sounds like a numpad or something.
It's a more intense version of the Trooper.
Trying to catch up on questions here, guys. I think I'm almost there.
In reference to the other comment chat, the waffles and the chicken and waffles food truck, we did put a request. They will also be doing chicken and pancakes.
Really?
Yeah, that's actually a request that Andrew and I put in.
That's so cool. Oh man. Oh yeah, I gotta get that. And I gotta roll it up so it's a freaking sandwich. Come on, make everyone happy. Will we get a Quakems meme shirt? Probably. Maybe. Who knows? I'd pay to watch Huey wrestle Quakems.
I would not want to do that. That would go very poorly.
I am substantially larger than Huey, and I weigh substantially more.
Huey's got the ninja moves though.
I don't know about that.
I'm not that kind of Asian.
Good. fantastic. Oh, we got some updated pics from Ashing Fire, who was talking about his new keyboard.
And also the Jet Fire design is also posted more recently. It's basically a compact SQ by Duck Feet. The same kind of underglow patterns for the back and front, like the Viper.
This new case looks kind of interesting. It's kind of like a wavy, like that wavy design going on. It looks like it's going to be a 60%. It has kind of like the same. What was that? Was it the EM2 Dolphin or whatever that had kind of like that wavy design on the side? Yeah,
it reminds me more of the Biscotti. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
I've eaten a lot of Biscotti as a large man.
There's a keyboard called the Biscotti from.
That's okay. I haven't seen that.
It's curved like that. Heine Bush is making it.
Interesting.
It looks neat. Okay, I am officially caught up, and I think I got every question. So now's probably as good a time as any to sign off here.
Yes.
Especially if we want to convince Huey into building on stream later. Okay, so everyone, thank you so much for coming out and watching this week's episode of Talk Clack. We greatly appreciate it. Huey and I both do. Koobs, thank you very much for joining us. Everyone, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Guys, I really appreciate you having me on. It was a lot of fun.
Most definitely, you were fantastic.
Watching your episodes and seeing what everyone has to talk about and everything. And thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, and we'll probably have you on again at some point because it was a good time. You're a good guest. And everyone, make sure you check out the Pearl 40% and support that project so Koobs can eat more chicken and pancakes. Not waffles though. Not waffles.
Yeah,
but before we go, I do have a couple of things to touch on. So if you're familiar with our 1-year episode last week, we launched some things. So if you check below our stream here, you can actually see that we have a website now. If you weren't aware, that is topclack.com, and you can go check that out. And like pretty much that's going to be our central hub. So all of our content is going to be filtered through there. So you should be able to find anything Top Clack related from there. Of course, we will continue to stream here, of course, but all of our stuff will also be there. We got text articles going up already. We got lots of information. We got all of our competition winners from our contest that we ran for the 1-year
which you should check out. There's a lot of really good submissions. Really
good, particularly the songs. Fantastic work from so many people. So definitely make sure you go there, check that out. If you want to support us, like Huey said earlier, we do have Patreon, which you can find under the stream. You can donate there. Really helps us out. You can subscribe to us on Twitch, especially if you have Amazon Prime, which means you automatically have Twitch Prime, so you can subscribe for free. Either way, that's definitely super helpful for us. We have T-shirts that you can buy. I will link those.
Yes.
Just right now, so you can look at all the pretty models. Something to note here, though, is the T-shirts in the picture are actually white, but the actual color of the shirt is going to be a heather gray, which is like a lighter gray. So they are going to be darker than the white ones that you see here. Mm-hmm. I don't have a picture of that at the moment, but yeah. So definitely check that out. I will be modeling one. That picture will be going up, and if anyone wants to see my fantastic physique, you can definitely make sure to check that out. Other than that, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if we do have an after party, keep your ears out because I'll be posting about it.
Peace out, everyone.
I'll see you guys.
See you next time. Yeah, we'll definitely have you on in the future, I'm pretty sure. Can't wait to see what's going on with how the Pearl ends up and with future projects. Everyone,
definitely, yeah.
Take care. We'll see you next Thursday at 6 as always.